What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of our Triple Coverage podcast. I'm one of the co-hosts for the evening, Dilly Dale Fowler. I got Dre. I got Lonnie with me. How y'all doing tonight, fellas?
I'm doing good. Excited to kick the year off right. Something new. Come to the people with something hot, fresh. I like it. I'm excited.
Dre, how about yourself, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Let's go. Talk this sports.
Man, it's exciting. I know everybody's seen us in another setting, but we got this setting right here, and it's new, right? I mean, y'all used to seeing us just talking about Chiefs, but we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything going forward, and we love to kick off the new year right. And we like to get it popping and get it going as well too. So make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow us on all our social media platforms at Triple Coverage. So let's go ahead and jump right into the topics. So we got that first one. EB is back, boys. He's back. I mean, we're gonna start with the Chiefs. We had to start with the Chiefs. So we might as well just go ahead and get right into it. So the Kansas City Chiefs brought back Eric Bieniemy as their offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. So many fans are upset they didn't even decide to interview other offensive coordinators, of course. And we've seen one now. Breaking news, if you haven't seen already, Mike McDaniels is going ahead and going over to the Chargers as their offensive coordinator after they got rid of Greg Roman earlier after the season has ended for them as well too. So starting with y'all, starting off like this. So what are your thoughts on this particular move for the Chiefs? And did the Chiefs actually make the right decision with going back and bringing back Eric Bieniemy?
We always know that the Chiefs love to hit their old thing up, and that's just what they did in this case scenario. Being that we just came from a platform where we were covering the Chiefs 24/7, they tend to have a history of doing these things to the likes of Matt Nagy, going back and getting him when EB left the building. But I think there's some bigger questions to be asked here when it comes to this Chiefs offensive coordinator position. When Eric Bieniemy was here, there was a little fiasco that took place prior to him leaving that last year. It was the argument with the Indianapolis Colts going into halftime where Mahomes wanted to push the ball down the field. After that had transpired, I think we went on to lose the AFC Championship to the Cincinnati Bengals. And then after then, there was a consistency that was kind of known around the building that Eric Bieniemy just wouldn't be back. I think there are some bigger things and bigger situations going on to highlight here. It's deeper definitely than the surface. I noticed that when Mahomes was speaking, he spoke a lot about accountability, bringing it back a lot more new energy and new ideas. So I'm hoping EB can do that, being that he's already a familiar face, somebody that was already in the building, but he's also coming from that Ben Johnson scheme, which is a scheme that we know as of recently in the NFL that has been dominating once with the Lions. And now with the Bears, you see him kind of still dominating, and you see the Lions fell off once he left. So Ben Johnson was definitely a part of that. However, I just think the story is just bigger here. I think it's bigger than the surface because I think Mahomes needed Bieniemy before he left. I think the Chiefs knew who Bieniemy was to this organization prior to letting him go, but they still decided to let him walk. And I think that was because due to the likes of Mahomes. And I think it's just a bigger thing now. I start to look at the quarterback and I start to look at the head coach and say, like, what do you guys really want? Are we trying to tailor our organization to our quarterback? Or are we trying to win games here? Because it felt like that at first when we went out and got Nagy and we were winning. But as we went on through the season, and like we brought up some things off air, Jawan Taylor getting penalized as many times as he did and didn't get pulled. Like, it was a lot of things that we just seen where it was like, man, if EB was here, this just ain't happening. So I feel like the Chiefs needed him around. I think it's a bigger story, bigger than the surface, but I love to hear that he's back. But my biggest thing with this move is that if it doesn't work, who do we go to next? Because, I mean, you go and get a familiar face like you love to do, Andy Reid. But as we've seen as fans watching this year, they have a beat on our offense. It's something that they are keying on, something that they know. Something has to be changed. And if we're unable to change that and we want to keep bringing in familiar faces, and people continue to key on us, then it's going to be a bad look. So I'm hoping that it works for the better. I love seeing the EBs back in the building. I think it brings some accountability back, but I would definitely have loved to see a fresh new face like Mike McDaniels, like the Schulhouses, like the guy coming out of from the Rams, just a couple different guys. But I think it brings some solidarity back to a team that needs it.
Yeah, I like EB coming back to Kansas City. I didn't like the fact that, from what I heard, I don't know, it might not be true, but I don't know if the Chiefs interviewed any other offensive coordinators. I don't know, but I personally feel like EB shouldn't have never left in the first place, but I get why EB left in the first place. EB was wanting more control of an offense, which is why he ended up going to Washington. And I feel like you're not going to get full control in Kansas City with Andy Reid running the show. And I feel like that was a knock on EB when it came to getting head coaching jobs. They're like, well, yeah, you work for the Kansas City Chiefs, you won a couple championships, but Andy Reid's calling the plays. So we want to know what can you scheme up and design up and everything like that. And I think that that's partially, I think that was part of the discussion as to why he would agree to come back to Kansas City as it is. He probably had to tell Reid, like, hey, Big Red, I love you, my guy, but I need more control of the offense. Maybe more drawn up schemes and everything like that. I don't know. I think that could be the reason. I think Andy Reid does need to loosen the reins on offense. I mean, as we saw what the offense looked like after this past season, for sure. We definitely needed more accountability, for sure. I mean, honestly, if you as many drop passes as we had this offseason, I mean, this past season, just imagine having to go explain that to Eric Bieniemy why you dropped that pass. Yeah, Eric Bieniemy probably like, you on TikTok every single day, but you can't catch a pass. Like, so those are the type of the questions. That's the type of stuff that you're gonna have to deal with. So it's like Travis Kelce dropping passes, and then, like I said, I think I said it before, Mahomes throwing interceptions. If Eric Bieniemy is a coach, what did you see right there? Explain to me why you thought to throw that ball right there. So it's like, it's just that whole that accountability and stuff. We definitely missed that. And I feel like all teams need that when it comes to coaching. Obviously, because after a while, when you get comfortable, and you start winning as much as you do, you get lazy. You feel like you ain't got to change nothing, and you start to feel like you start to feel yourself a little bit. You ain't got to listen to nobody. And after a while, after 2 Super Bowls, Pat's like, I'm not listening to you, bro. What do I got to listen to you for, man? So I'm good, man. But then when EB goes, and then it's like, yeah, now Pat is like, now Pat's probably the one probably having the whole majority of the offense accountable, and there's nobody else in the offense holding anybody accountable at this point. Probably Pat and probably Trav or something like that. But well, you got EB can do all that for you. So I don't know, man. I like it. I like the EB back, man. Like I said, I feel like he should have never left, but I understand why he left. He wanted to show that he could, call offenses and stuff like that. Outside of Andy Reid, he showed it. He did. He was decent when he went to the Commanders, and then we saw what happened when he went to the Bruins of the UCLA, and then after that, he ended up as a running back coach. We saw what he did as a running back coach for them 2 running backs, Swift and Menage, or whatever his last name is. But yeah, we kind of need that, man. And I feel like with him coming back to Kansas City, I feel like that kind of. I said it earlier on in the group. I was like, that kind of, to me, it kind of solidifies that if Jeremiah Love's right there, you go get that running back right there. I get it.
Honestly,
I get it.
Yeah. No, I definitely get it. I think that all points was really hit when we actually discussed this and go into it. I think we all share the same sentiment because we know what Eric Bieniemy brings to the offense. But when you look at it in the overall sense, I think what everyone is just upset about is valid in a way because, you see someone like Mike McDaniel, who just now got the OC coordinator position for the Chargers, right? But he even went out his way and also said too as well, like, hey, he canceled all his future interviews, and I think he had some other head coaching interviews as well too. Seeing that, I think it just makes you wonder, and I know it might come up later on as well too, but was he waiting for the Chiefs to probably call and be like, hey, I would like to bring something to that offense? I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there because they didn't go out their way to go request an interview. They literally waited for EB. They lost. They requested the interview, and he is signed that day. Like he signed that day. As fans, we're not going to be frustrated at that because we know what he brings to the offense. We know that when you're an offensive coordinator for Andy Reid as well too, you're not the primary play caller. And, I had some words back and forth with some people on X about that as well, too, where it's like, oh, why do you consider him the Josh McDaniel? Josh McDaniels actually call plays for the New England Patriots. Well, I mean, when you look at their success and we're just looking at what they brought to the team, regardless of how you feel, if they were play callers or not, they were successful. Especially when he became an offensive coordinator. He was a running back coach for the Chiefs. We were in the playoffs consistently, but we didn't get over the hump, goes to the Super Bowl until he took over as OC. It shows it right there. It says like, okay, like you just said earlier, Dre. I mean, the offense seems stale. Everybody picking us apart. But, at the same time, he had the number one offense too in 2022 as well. And then he going over and he was under Ben Johnson as well too. And he was in those rooms where he saw what was going on and stuff like that. Pacheco growth literally stopped when Bieniemy left. He did nothing differently. He literally took a grown man spot and did nothing after that. I know.
Well, we know who job he took, though. Who job he took?
Who was it? Clyde, the national champion?
Anybody
could have the national champion.
It was Clyde. It was Clyde for sure.
Our guy who decided to grab, who said go get
Jamal Charles could have took his spot, man. Come on now.
Took a spot and got his spot too.
Jamal Charles taking a lot of people's spots.
I'm talking about Jamal Charles right off the couch now. Off the couch, he would have took his spot.
He got his spot took. He got his spot took though. What are we even talking about? He got his spot. He got benched.
Yeah, he did.
This is me. And then did nothing after that. He was nearly at 1,000 yards. I know it's like we saw what the offense do. We're high flying. We was high flying. This was with Eric Bieniemy. So to say that it will leave and that it can't happen again, it will happen. If you want to be honest, what's going to be important is that passing game coordinator. Because Kafka was at that before he left. Was he? And then he became an OC with the Giants. Did all that. He was in those head coaching.
I think Kafka was the quarterback coach.
He went out and just got a wide receiver coach, Chad O'Shea, and he was solid with the Patriots. I understand like the guys that he had, but he was no nonsense. He was a part of that culture. When you're looking at what they're bringing in, they're basically telling you, no, we really move with Tom. Like, I am an offensive guy. Like, these dudes is really just doing whatever they want. Now, when somebody come back in and he's not going to play, you're going to get benched. We're going to take you out. We had a conversation about it before. Jawan Taylor he wasn't in no games. Bench immediately. Wake up.
Yeah, he would have been benched a long time ago, dog. I'm sorry.
Like,
I don't care how much money you making, boy.
We don't care. You need that type of attitude. We're not talking about him becoming a head coach. We're saying what he is as an OC. It's very important. So that's all I want to leave it at with that. It's when you go back and forth, you're going to have your pros and cons. But I will say for the Kansas City Chiefs, with him being back with this group now, I'm not going to lie, bro. I'll say it all right. They might be locked for playoffs next year. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm cool. Yeah, we can shake your head. We can be all sad. We all. It ain't nothing.
I said it
All
already,
right.
man. I even
Okay.
told my daughter. I already told my daughter, hey, baby girl, they ain't making the playoffs in 2026 either. I'm telling you that now. Just watch. I'm trying to tell you.
Are we betting that? That's all I want to know.
I'm not gonna say that.
Like,
I'm not gonna say that.
I will bet. I will bet.
It's too early, y'all. Let's get through the draft first.
I was the reason why I say that is because Pat might miss the first month and a half, and by that time we might be 0-8.
I don't think he's doing it.
He's not missing.
I don't think he's doing it.
I'm all right, we're gonna see.
I swear to God, Pat plays week 2 or week 1. I could bet some money on that.
I'm gonna be honest.
The reason why I say that is
that happens to Moosies.
He's not gonna try. He might be healthy to play, but
he's gonna play.
He's not.
They're not doing him like Anthony Davis and the NBA players. They're not bubble wrapping him.
He needs
to play.
They already bubble wrap him. They don't even do quarterback sneaks anymore.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So we're not gonna go that far.
I'm not even
gonna see what
the
report is.
Wait, what is it? January 20th?
Don't hope for that. This is what I'm gonna say. Don't hope for that, because we are in a new age now where, like, the process, he's gonna be out about 9 months towards August when it gets to that point. For him to go still into October, that's kind of pushing it. Like, I mean, I understand.
Because it's not just an ACL, it's an LCL too.
But if you build your, I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of people don't think like it's a lot to really do with the offense. Like, we're losing all our running backs, but we kind of want that to happen. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You still have youth at the wide receiver position, but you have someone who's thirsty to come back. So I'm gonna just say, you have someone he's ready to come home. You got somebody thirsty, ready to come back. You gotta put that in perspective. Defensively, we do need to find a way to get we have to get a pass rusher. We have to get a pass rusher. But you really can fill a lot of spots right there, because if Mahomes come back, you're in contention. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care what we're on. I don't care. You're in contention if he's back week 1. I know that's what it was like.
We wasn't in contention when he was.
I was gonna say too. If you,
he was literally about to go down there and kick a field goal. Forget all this. I just literally explained to y'all that before we actually talked about that. He literally was on the other side of the field, literally on the 30-something. Got hurt. Could have kicked the field goal. Got hurt, and then go out there, Minshew. Go out there, throw a pass. We could have kicked the field goal. Go to OT. You know what we do with the Chargers OT, so I don't care. He said, I thought I was about to go back out there, put on a brace. But he thought he was about to be boogeyman on that. Like, he thought he was coming back on that. Once they said, yeah, boy, it's done. Hey, Minshew, go ahead and take that penalty and take a sack or something. Because we're not finishing the season how we want. We're not even going to we ain't even going to do ourselves like that. I was okay with it at that point. So I'm just saying, like, I'm going to see what happened. I'm going to see what happened. That's it.
I can't see it. The Chiefs lose like this again, Dre. Somebody going to lose their job, and it won't be.
He is going to lose his job. I'm trying to tell you, he's going to get fired.
I mean, Belichick, how many seasons did they let Belichick keep losing before they let him go?
3. I think he had 3.
All right. So this would be 2 for Andy Reid. So
3 or 4, yeah.
And Belichick didn't have a quarterback. And he got one. So if you think he's going to sit out to October and put Andy's job on the line, I don't know about that.
They even talking about, like, even though we probably want to go with Travis, because we do need to move on. They're saying that EB coming back, making Travis Kelce one. Like, I don't know about that yet. I don't know. Like, bro, please go away. Like, and not like that. Hold on, I don't want to disrespect you like that. More so, like, we just kind of
No, it's over. It's over. Let's go ahead.
Right. Need a new number 1 to come in.
We appreciate everything you've done for us, 87, but it's time.
We got to treat him like Airbud. Get out of here, stupid dog.
Go ahead and get out of here, my boy.
Hey, you want the KCK Chiefs to be just poop when they come, bro. I'm just not going to lie, bro.
We ain't putting that product out there on the field. Not
All
one, not a
Hey,
hell
let's
no.
move on.
I ain't doing that. We're
We gonna leave that
going.
alone. But man, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, man. So we got McDermott out as head coach for the Buffalo Bills. So Sean McDermott was fired by the Bills on Monday after losing to the Broncos in the AFC Divisional Round. With no Mahomes, no Burrow, and no Jackson, it seemed like the easy path for Josh Allen-led Bills. So was this a fair firing for McDermott, or was he the scapegoat for Allen's shortcomings?
He was definitely the scapegoat for Allen's shortcomings. I mean, Josh Allen got paid, Ed Oliver got paid, Deion Dawkins got paid. The only odd man out, the only way out of this was to out somebody. And Brandon Beane, I don't think he's on the Pat McAfee show every time he get a chance. Only person face you really don't see a lot is Sean McDermott. So they went ahead and made him the out. I think he was scapegoated for sure. I don't want to say the shortcomings of Josh Allen. We talked about this a little bit off air. The Buffalo story is kind of reminiscent of the Kansas City Chiefs, if you really wanted me to be totally serious before we got Mahomes.
We had history before you go on.
I mean, we had history. We had history, but we hadn't been to like they had. If anything, they were more decorated than us. They had been to Super Bowls, even though they had lost them. They had been to Super Bowls. Well, no, I'm saying we had some, but I'm saying they were more relevant. I'm talking about as of recent history. Prior to us doing that, the Buffalo Bills were the ones who had did it. They had went to Super Bowls and lost. They went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost all 4 of them. And ever since then, it's kind of just been turmoil in this whole organization. I mean, the uncanny situations for Josh Allen in the playoff games, I think, is what tends to strike me the hardest. Him losing to Lamar Jackson at home, then Joe Burrow and them going up there and beating them in the snow. Then Mahomes comes through and beats you. Then you meet Mahomes in the divisional round with Tyreek Hill. You lose on a game on a game going in overtime that you probably should have won. I think it's just it's really just a lot of misfortune for Josh Allen, and some bad timing, and really an organization that just really hasn't been able to put it all together for him. Right? Mahomes has had guys to the likes of Tyreek Hill. He did go get the number 1 wide receiver in free agency once upon a time, which was MVS. So like they have tried their hardest to put weapons around Mahomes, to put guys that are able to make a significant impact around Mahomes. And you kind of really just don't see the same for Josh Allen. You see them pick some guys here and there. The first that they slid back and picked Keon Coleman. This year, it seems like that was just a pick that just was not the right thing to do. Him missing all of those games and sitting for personal issues and unable to get it right with the team. So I don't know. I feel like there have been more misses than hits in Buffalo. Like I said, the more I talk about it, it really makes you feel like Sean McDermott was scapegoated because who's making the picks? It sure ain't Sean McDermott. It's probably the guy Brandon Beane. And like I said, that's always on the Pat McAfee show, chopping it up, talking about what he's done and signing Von Miller to $40 million deals when he's 40 years old. So I don't know. I don't like it for Sean McDermott, but I think he'll be back in the pool for a head coaching job soon. What he did up in Buffalo is second to none, winning all the AFC East, winning the AFC East that many times, going to divisional playoff games that many times, getting the AFC championships, and just unable to finish the job. So I think Sean McDermott definitely goes on to get another head coaching job, and he was definitely scapegoated up in Buffalo. But they can eat it for real because I don't think it was his fault. I think it's just a lot of misfortune.
Yeah, obviously, Sean McDermott was. I mean, he had to. I feel like he had to go. I mean, they weren't gonna get rid of the reigning MVP. They weren't gonna do that. And then at one point in time, I mean, what is this? This is their second offensive coordinator. Because at one point in time, Brian Dable was their OC. Then he ended up getting a job for the Giants. And who is it? Joe Brady is the OC now. It's one of them. I forgot the name of the OC. And then they've had a few defensive coordinators. Hell, they had Leslie Frazier, and Leslie Frazier was the one that got fired for. I want to say he was the one that called up the defensive scheme when we scored in 13 seconds, and he got fired. But Josh Allen played a hell of a game that game, though. But I do want to. Lonnie said something about. He said that they haven't really got Josh Allen any help on offense. They did have Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs had a 1,500-yard season and a 1,400-yard season, and they didn't do nothing with it. They got one of the best running backs in football, and Cook, and James Cook, one of the best. He does fumble the ball a lot, but he one of the best running backs in football. Hell, I think he might lead the league in rushing. I think he led the league in rushing this year. So at some point in time, you got to look at the coach at this point. Like, hey, we changed the defensive coordinators, we changing offensive coordinators, we changing wide receivers, we're changing running backs. We're not getting rid of the quarterback. You got to go. But I don't think McDermott, like Lonnie said, I don't think McDermott will be without a job for a very long time. Hell, I think he could be in the running for the Cardinals job, if I'm not mistaken. But I do think that going forward, we, like Cam pointed out today on TV, we got to start. It might have been yesterday. We got to start holding Josh Allen accountable just as much as we do Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, etc. So, like, and Pat Mahomes and everything like that, because he had 4 turnovers this past weekend, 4 of them, and one of them was a 10-point swing because they went down and scored, and then he fumbled. He fumbled going at the half. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, and then they got the ball in field goal range, and they kicked the field goal, and they went up 10. So it's like, I don't know. But then he also missed the wide open Dawson Knox in the end zone. He missed that, but we've seen this happen to him. We've seen him do this a few times. It was against us in when Mahomes and then went up to Buffalo and played them in the playoffs. I think he missed Dawson Knox again. Then it was by a smidge, but he still missed him. So it's like, I don't know, man. But yeah, definitely McDermott was a scapegoat. But at the same time, he had his shortcomings as well on the defensive side of the ball, because he is a defensive coordinator, and they had one of the worst run defenses in football. And you're not going to win many football games having one of the worst run defenses in football in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, it gets cold. A lot of teams like to run the ball a lot. And when you do that, you tend to keep the ball away from your star quarterback. So you tend to hold the ball as far as control of the game. So yeah, he's definitely the scapegoat. But Josh Allen, the time's ticking, my boy. I mean, what you gonna do? You're gonna get a new coach. There's gonna be a new OC. You're gonna get a whole new system. What you gonna do? They got to get him a wide receiver, though, because Brandon Cooks and Keon Coleman ain't going to get it done.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we got, appreciate you, Hammer, DP3. McDermott was a scapegoat due to the defense has failed Josh Allen in the playoffs when stakes are the highest, and he's a defensive-oriented coach. Now, I get that. Like, honestly, he is a defensive-oriented coach as well, too. So, what you have one of the worst defenses in the league at that time, up until, like, I think, like, the last few weeks where they became one of the on the better ends of that and did somewhat well in that first playoff game. That was the reason why, but like we do have to speak on Allen's shortcomings as well too, and I think that's when we have our problems of when we have these conversations, is taken away from like, hey, you did have a lot of turnovers within this game. You had 4 turnovers. If this is Mahomes, they're on him. They're on his top. If it's Lamar Jackson's, it's the same way as well too. And I would even say that for Joe Burrow, because it was time, they were one of the better offenses, but defense, of course, was horrible on their end, and honestly, Burrow even protected the ball. But it was times they always said that they had their few 3 outs as well too, and they bring up those particular things. But at the same time, those players, those ones that we consider the best in the league, everyone held them to that point. Honestly, and I'm someone who respects and I like what Josh Allen does for the game, because he's fun to watch. I'm not going to lie, he's entertaining. But in these particular moments, I think if it's him, and like with my Mahomes, and we had these conversations before because I don't want us to keep on bringing up our cheese player that we know all the time, but like he is one of the best in the league, so he is the one that we're going to compare to, right? He does all this in the regular season. I'm not going to lie. When it comes into the postseason, yeah, he might throw a pick or two in the Super Bowl, but he does activate God mode at those times where, like, okay, I'm about to pick up the team. But leading up to the Super Bowl, wild card, if he was ever in it, divisional round and AFC championship game, played lights out. We was actually on wild card up, and then from the divisional round to the AFC championship game, up with Buffalo and the Ravens, he was clean. Didn't even have to score that many points, even in the Ravens game. But it was just making the plays at the right time, extending the drives, killing the clock, giving the defense enough time to get some rest to go after that. Like, Josh Allen didn't have that for him, but you could have made it better for them too. But McDermott, you didn't send him out there out there to try to, of course, make a play and potentially get a field goal. So that comes together. But they paid him a lot of money. And not gonna lie, it's a lot of quarterbacks. It's not a lot of quarterbacks that is playing at his level as well. So they're just not going to give him up. They're not. I know what we say. What we got going on, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl winner, all this other stuff. They're taking Josh Allen if he was ever available because they feel like they can get it done.
Only Philadelphia Eagle fans are taking Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen.
Some of them will be real. They're going to say that right now because you're on the team who got to show you respect. You winning championships, bro. Like, you got to shut up, though. Like, as a fan, if Alex Smith was winning ships and we had Mahomes, I ain't going to lie, we shutting up. We probably shouldn't have.
Nah.
We are. You can't say that.
Smitty did what he could, man. You want to be
delusional if you're winning. Like, let's be honest. You're going to be. You can say nah. You can say nah. But I just seen what you just did right there. You just said Philly fans are gonna take Jalen Hurts.
They definitely are. I've heard them. They said they'd take Jalen Hurts over Pat Mahomes. They said Jalen Hurts better than Pat Mahomes because he got a better winning record than Pat Mahomes. That's how delusional them Eagles fans are. There's something about the NFC East, man. I don't know. Level. They did.
That's a little out. I'm not gonna lie. But overall, I think when we get into the context of the situation of what's going on, he was scapegoated in a sense, but at the same time, I even joked about it as well too. Like I said, if they were to lose that game, and I said before they even happened, I would have told him, "Hey, let me go." Well, they was already on that. They was gonna let you go. And that Atlanta position was open before it got taken. Ooh, that would have been lovely. I think that would have been a good spot for him. I definitely do think it because you would have had a running back, wide receivers already that's capable, and then you would just had to find a quarterback. You would have had one of the, I think they like a top 6, 7 pick, are they? Top 8 at least. So I don't think they didn't do great this season.
I think he'll end up in Vegas because Vegas is probably going to get Mendoza, the Heisman. So I think he's going to end up there. That's where I think he's going to end up at.
That's a good spot, though. That's a good spot. If I am him,
I'm pretty sure Tom Brady already called that man.
Mm-hmm. Something happened, but he probably gonna sit on it for a while because he knows that it's really in his hands.
Yeah, same with Mike.
Buffalo felt like they had to do something though, and it had to happen. So,
that's the same with Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
the thing is, who does Buffalo go with?
I'll probably go with McDermott.
For Buffalo,
I'll probably go with McDermott. Buffalo. I don't know. Hold on, well, this is actually segue into the other topic because this is wild. I'm surprised this even came up. Bill back in the NFL. We just gonna jump right into it. They said Bill could go to the Bills.
I mean,
I don't know how that can happen.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I don't see that happening. That's like Andy Reid that's like Andy Reid going to work for like the Dallas Cowboys or something like. Ain't that the rivals to the Eagles? Yeah, it's the Cowboys, right? That's like him going to be the head coach of the Cowboys, or like him going to be the head coach of the Red. Like, you just certain stuff. Bill Belichick, not his whole career, but most of his career was. Some of it was in Cleveland. Some of it was with the Giants. It's only been with 3 organizations: the Giants, Cleveland, and New England. And I think he might have been with the Jets. He might have been with the Jets as a coordinator.
Marty was with us, and then went to the Chargers.
Who? Marty Schottenheimer?
I ain't even gonna lie. I hated Marty when he did that, dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
But I don't see. I get what you're saying, but I just don't see Bill Belichick doing that, especially with what the Patriots got going on right now.
You don't care about them dudes. I brought y'all 6 championships. I don't care.
Well, but his apprentice right now, it's a what have you done for me lately league. So, I mean, with Vrabel going to the Super Bowl, possibly being able to play in the Super Bowl or playing for the chance to go to the Super Bowl, Bill Belichick getting hired back to Buffalo, going to Buffalo, the expectation I think would just be too much. Buffalo's not really, I don't think they're really ready. No, I'm not gonna say not ready to compete, but I just don't think they can
need
really take out a team like the Patriots right now. Being that, I get it, but I think that we seen Vrabel in with the Titans, what he did with that organization and that defense. So, I mean, to see what he did in New England, and then for Belichick to possibly have to come in and be able to do, like, I just don't see that happening. I think that's too much pressure. He's old, is dirt. He was in college, and they was talking about he didn't do good in college, so they saying he was looking for jobs somewhere else. It's a whole bunch of drama around Bill Belichick. I just don't see the Bills doing that. I don't know. I like the name. I think it's flashy. I think it looks good for ESPN, but I just don't. No, I don't see it. I mean, who is he bringing in? His offensive coordinator is literally his best friend is over with the Patriots with Vrabel. So who is he bringing in to be his offensive coordinator? The last time we seen Bill Belichick coaching with the Patriots, it was like the team was inept. It looked horrible. Like he didn't have a quarterback. He didn't have a quarterback, granted. But I'm just saying it just didn't look good. Like, so I don't see him.
No. Now you just put yourself, because now we're setting up. Now we're gonna play games. All right, you want to get Vrabel and Mac McDaniels. All right, I'm gonna go over to Buffalo. I'm gonna go ahead and get Patricia. Now, who will be a good?
His problem has always been offense. He has never been able to have offense unless he had McDaniels. And McDaniels ain't never been able to do nothing unless he had Bill Belichick.
That dude, the passing game coordinator from the Rams, haven't signed nowhere yet. Let Bill come over. He bring a superstar squad.
Head coaching interviews.
Huh? He got hit. But do you think he's gonna get a head coach?
Yes.
Because I think they're gonna want him to go to OC
Nate
first.
Shieldhouse. Nate Shieldhouse, is that his name?
Yeah, Nate Shieldhouse. He's supposed to be from Missouri too as well.
He's gonna get a head coach job.
If you in that
Sean
McVay tree, you definitely want to get any type of offensive coordinator that's over there right now. Like, seriously, because
as a head coach though.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the tree's been high.
I would take him.
It's 4 jobs left, right?
Yeah.
I think he gets one. I don't know which one. I was gonna say he was gonna be the one in Buffalo. I mean, I think that they had a defensive coach, but I think it's time for them to they want to see Josh Allen flourish for real. Get you with somebody where it's easy. You're not running around, you're not scrambling. Because Josh Allen's game is predicated. We talk about Mahomes moving around a lot. Josh Allen, bro. You said what? Cliff? I don't know if that marry. I don't know what the scheme and how that marries up together. But
it's two coaches that's gonna be legit. That's probably gonna get jobs after the season's over with, and that's probably gonna be Mike LaFleur, which is Matt LaFleur's brother. Mike LaFleur is the offensive coordinator for the Rams, and you got Clint Kubiak, who is the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. Those two guys right there will more than likely be head coaches here soon. So I can see Clint possibly, because what Clinton is doing with Sam Darnold this year, he's looking legit right now. So the same thing you got with Matt. You got Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur is doing what he's doing with Matthew Stafford. So you got Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams and Kyron Williams and the running backs, though, Blake Corum. And so it's like Ferguson, the tight ends and stuff like that. So it's like that offense, you kind of want to get any type of offensive scheme when it comes to that. So yeah.
I mean, we'll see how it go. I mean, it's a lot of things.
But to answer the question about the whole Bill Belichick situation, though, I definitely think that Bill Belichick should probably stay where he's at. Just go ahead and stay at USC, my boy. You 73 years old. It's gonna be Pete Carroll and the Raiders all over again. So you might just stay where you at. Stay in college. He got the little young girlfriend. She like 21 with them big ass boots that she be wearing, clanking and shit. So that you can stay where you at, Bill, and lead the NFL to where it is. And then if you don't like coaching the Tar Heels anymore, just go back to the analyst, because I mean he was speaking for the
Pat McAfee
the national
show.
championship game. Yeah, he was speaking on the Pat McAfee show yesterday. So that's his lane if he doesn't do coaching. So either go coach, because I think I remember part of his deal at UNC was after he's done, his son becomes the head coach or something like that at UNC. So yeah, I don't know if he might be grooming his son to become that next coach there. So he probably gonna be there probably this upcoming season. He do got a couple recruits, 4-star recruits coming in that's pretty solid for UNC this upcoming year. So it probably his last year. I mean, boy, 73.
Yeah. I really don't want to see Bill back in the NFL anyway. It's just time. You did your due diligence, what you did over here as well. So just go pour into the youth, build some character over there, get them prepared for the next stage, because going through a coach like you, especially for what you've done for the league, they definitely need that to prepare them for what they have to come in the future as well too. So I think he'll serve a better purpose in that mode. And then go back to analysts if you get bored. Just go back. Have a good time. We saw that we got to see that personality shine a little bit more as well too. And I think that's what we're ready to see. But Chapel Bill kind of being, on a little bull. It is what it is. Not the best season, but we'll see if they're able to, of course, improve on top of that. So we're getting towards the end of the show, y'all. We're getting towards the end. So we got a couple more topics we're going to dive into before we go ahead and close out here. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So we got to talk about it. We got some new champs in college football. We got them Indiana Hoosiers national championship. And I think this is a first national championship, right? In school history in football as well too. So that's tough. So they went on a historic run and went 16-0, winning the national championship game against Miami Hurricanes. Heisman quarterback Fernando Mendoza was an MVP in that game and is, of course, a overwhelming favorite, being a number one draft pick in the 2026 NFL draft for the Las Vegas Raiders. So what stood out in this interesting battle between the two teams? Who gave it their all and on the grand stage on Monday night?
I think it was the plays made by both sides that stood out. Really, a lot of players on the field. It was star-studded. On that field, there was a lot of NFL talent to the likes of Ruben Bain Jr. coming off the edge for Miami, number 4. Some guys that we were watching, being that we were picking up at 10. He's one of those guys that'll be up there with some other guys, future talent, like to the likes of Malachi Tony, a freshman that is absolutely taking the NCAA by storm. When I mean by storm, I mean by storm. This guy, he reclassified. It was supposed to be a senior in high school. Comes out and just absolutely, in some of the biggest pressure moments, just absolutely turns everything to diamonds and scores touchdowns off end arounds. He's going to be another top 5 pick probably in here in 2030. I love what I've seen from both sides. Fernando Mendoza played a tremendous game. I love what I seen when it came to the situational down to the end of the game, right? The story coming into the game was how Fernando Mendoza found a way to win when it got late into the game. They started to talk about how they noticed that they had a good player when they were playing in Penn State. They were down, he got hit, and they were like, damn, he came back and threw a dime. So, like, I think the Indiana team is a pure showing of belief. When you believe in something, when you believe as a team, when you are a good cohesive team, when you are guys that they had a ton of fifth-year seniors that are no longer in school, that have nothing but time to study football all day, and really just love each other, bro. They're not the best, they're not the biggest 5-star recruits, but they came together and they were dominant. I love what I seen from the Omar Cooper kid, or another wide receiver for Indiana, the Charlie Becker kid, the Surratt kid. You could just keep going. The Hemby, the running back, Black, another running back. I forgot his first name, but the last name Black. Indiana has guys up and down that roster that have the ability to make plays, and they put it on display not only from the beginning of the playoff to the end of the playoff. So shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers. It was, like I said, there was a lot of star-studded, a lot of first-round talent. But I think the biggest thing and the biggest key and what secured that number 1 pick for Mendoza was that final drive of the game. Him running that quarterback draw on 4th and 1. Curse Ignetti having some big kahunas there and calling that play. Mendoza sticking his nose down to the grindstone, spinning, making people miss, diving for the end zone, stretching the ball out, doing it all at home where he's from for the team that didn't recruit him. So doing it also with a chip on his shoulder. So only thing I don't like is a cheesy, hey man, all the talking after. Like, maybe if you didn't get a mic put in front of your face, I would like you a lot more. But they gotta put the mic in front of your face if you're starting quarterback. But I love what I see from Indiana. Shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers, and like I said, a lot of star-studded NFL talent. I'm only watching the top guys because that's where my team is picking. But I like what I've seen from both sides of the ball as far as Miami's pressure, playing on defense, them trying to battle back on offense, and Indiana really just rising to the occasion, being the Alabama of this college football playoff and showing that the balance of power in college football have shifted. It is no longer the SEC winning these games. The Big Ten has won 2. So best believe that that don't matter no more. They play real football everywhere. And as long as your money is long, you're going to be competitive.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why Saban went to start talking as an analyst, because he knew what was coming. The last 3 champions in the college football did come from the Big Ten. So yeah, it's looking like Indiana could possibly be that new Bama. They had a perfect season. Cinzetti, Frank, he comes from that Saban coaching tree. So I wouldn't be surprised if and then on top of that, from what I read, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't look into it, but it's from what I read, they said that Indiana didn't have not a 5-star recruit on that team. I don't know. I have to go back and look at that to be 100% sure.
0.
It was 0.
It was 0 5-star.
0 5-star recruits on that team. So and with this NIL, this NIL bag and everything like that, everybody getting his money, everybody willing to spend it, and these kids is not willing to sit behind players. They ready to jump in the portal and go get this money and play now immediately. It's a shift in the guard, changing the guard when it comes to the balance in the college football. Indiana this is what, year 2 for Frank, or is this year 3? This might be he won the championships like already. So
year 2, because last year he went to the playoff, right?
He went to the playoff last year. Yeah.
He turned him to like team.
And the thing that I like about him is like it's a no nonsense, man. He when he gets on the football field, he gets in the interviews, he don't really say much. And then when he do say something, it's no filter, and he don't crack a smile, but he did crack a smile when he walked off that field though, and he got that Gatorade bath. So I was happy to see that. I do like seeing new teams win championships. It was a good game. Carson Beck, you can't throw that ball, bro. I don't know what you were looking at, bro, but you cannot throw that ball. And he went out as a senior though. So Miami, they kept it closer than what I thought they would. And I was looking at it, this might have been Mendoza's worst game that he's played. He struggled a little bit. That's what happens when you play against a good defense like Miami. Miami got a solid defense, and I would see Bang gonna be one of those players that's gonna be hearing his name called in the top 10. So they also got a tackle that's gonna be going in the top 10 as well. So it was a good game, man. I'm looking forward to seeing how Indiana goes forward with they're gonna have a new quarterback. I think it's a quarterback they got from TCU out of the transfer portal because Mendoza's brother jumped in the portal today. His younger brother. That's crazy. You get the brother, you get the older brother, then you get the little brother. And yeah, the little brother just announced that he's going to Georgia Tech. So that was pretty quick for him to do. But I'm looking forward. I like the changing of the guard, man. I get tired of seeing, the Alabama's going to the championship and the Ohio States and everything like that going to the championship. But yeah, I like seeing this. So SEC got to do something, man. SEC ain't won a championship in 3 years, man. So hey, y'all got to do something, man. The Big Ten is they in there. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait till the next season though, for sure.
No, yeah, honestly, it was really fun to see it. I think it was a good time. What really stood out was like you saw that dog in Mendoza. You saw the plays that he was able to make. You saw that while they were undefeated team this season in college football, and you do gotta give credit to Coach Cinzetti as well too. He came in there, he did his part. He transitioned a team that, of course, were like minimum win team beforehand. Of course, then win a national championship as well too. But you got to give a shout out to the Booster Club up there though. They put their money down and they did what they needed to do. And although they didn't have any 5-star recruits, they built a roster, built a team that were, of course, able to come in and do their part. But like you said, Lonnie, on that last possession where Mendoza, of course, he had that quarterback draw. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, bro. He said, I'm not. This is it. I'm ending it right now. And even though Miami, of course, was able to score a touchdown, keep it within that range as well too. Shout out to the defense for able to come up big, get that last interception, and close out the game for Indiana, bringing their first championship back to back home. Back to their state. So shout out to them. I think it was a good run for them. It was very exciting. I was just looking at my bets. I got some bones to pick though. Like I had to put that up though as well too. Like EJ Williams, yeah, nah, bro. You should have run that in. You didn't even get no attempt on that last one where he could throw it in. He didn't even have to run it in, so you could have caught that. So I'm gonna address that. And I don't know where Roman Hemby was at. I mean, they won, but I don't know where he was at, bro. Like they said, this was a guarantee. Y'all know me. I pay attention to college football.
18-year-olds, bro. Come on. You can't get at the little 21-year-old, 18-year-olds like that, bro. Let them go. Let them live, bro.
That's why they getting charged now because they rigging games. They got their uncles going out there and betting and telling them, I'll give you some if you don't do nothing. Go investigate them. I don't know what happened. No, I'm just playing, bro. But shout out to Indiana for doing that part and getting that dub though. Shout out to the organization. Shout out to that team. But anything y'all want to say on that before we get into these last two topics? Because we got 5 minutes.
Like Signetti said, he wins. Google him.
Do your Googles.
Yeah.
Do your Googles.
JMU. He was getting busy up there.
He was dubbing.
He was getting busy up there. So All right, so let's go ahead and move into the last topic. So we got Jimmy. Is he out in Golden State? So he had that season. He suffered a season ending injury on Monday, and will also be up for grabs before the trade deadline as well too. So with him being out for the rest of the season, do you think Butler will be on another team by the trade deadline? I mean, he was already on that 2-year deal anyway. He was going to finish it off, and I think he hit the free agency. So you think they just try to move? They not getting nothing out of it. You think they get something out of it?
Yeah, no, I don't think they will. I don't see them trying to move him. I don't, like you said, I don't just know what they'll get out of him. But Jimmy Butler's been almost everywhere at this point. 76ers to the Miami Heat to the Bulls to, I mean, I don't know how many more loaners people gonna take out on Jimmy Butler. He had a good run there with the Miami Heat. No knock on Jimmy, but ever since then, it's kind of just been in spurts. What I started to notice too is a lot of the guys that used to be the guy when we were watching, we were actively always watching the NBA are no longer the guys. And this is just kind of a prime example of it. Father Time catches everybody, and unfortunately, I think he just got Jimmy Butler right now. So I don't know if he gets moved from the Golden State Warriors because I don't know who will want him. He's aging. I'm pretty sure he's on the way out, just like the rest of these guys that we used to watch are on the way out. So I don't know where it goes from here, but somebody that maybe needs some scoring in the future, maybe he'll come out and take a look. But other than that, I think Jimmy's just going to be a free agent.
It's unfortunate for Jimmy. Me being a Miami Heat fan, I've been a Miami Heat fan since 2003. But seeing Jimmy actually leave the way he left in Miami, and then actually tearing his ACL ending the season against Miami, it's kind of like I guess kind of like bittersweet almost. Appreciate Jimmy for what he did in Miami. He made Miami Heat basketball exciting again, exciting to watch in the postseason, especially starting in the bubble when he went to the finals against Los Angeles Lakers and stuff. And then we went to the finals against the Nuggets, and it wasn't pretty good. It wasn't exciting to watch, actually, I should say. But Jimmy will be 37 this year, and coming off of ACL, he probably won't be ready until the beginning of the season. I think he really enjoys being in Golden State, so I think they might pay him. He might finish his career out there one more year and retire. Obviously, Draymond likes him. He has a good relationship with Buddy. He has a good relationship with Steph. So it's clear that they like him in Golden State. So I don't think that they will get rid of him after tearing his ACL. I mean, he's averaging 20 this season, 25-5. So you can't. I mean, you probably want to keep him around and let him rehab in Golden State. So that's my take on it. Hope he get better. Hope he get healthy. And I like watching Jimmy hoop, man. So yeah.
You know, me being a Golden State fan as well too. It's sad to see. Enjoy it as well too. You know, always fun to see Steph and them go out there ball. Draymond do what he do defensively. Then seeing Jamie come over as well too. Just seeing what he was able to provide to that team and seeing how he was able to fit in. They playing up ball over there though. You know, they getting older. I mean, Steph's still a shooter, but they getting older. They aging. So, you know, seeing him get this injury late in his career as well too, and like you said, if he's enjoying it as well, I think when they had the conversation, they were just speaking and saying like, "Hey, like everything's open right now," because I know for sure they're trying to get rid of Jonathan Kuminga. So with them going through that process of having that,
send him to Miami. Send Kuminga to Miami. We'll take him.
Yeah, I need them. I mean, hey, they try to do business.
It should have been a part of the Jimmy deal in the first place.
They said that's a bigger story. I watched Gilbert Arenas said it's a bigger story there.
Him and Kurt don't get along.
They saying no way that you giving up a player to the likes of Jonathan Kuminga that dominant. That's exactly the way that Gilbert Arenas alluded to it. And you are a team that is struggling in that specific area. It's some obvious things going on there that's deeper than the surface, like I like to say. So I wonder where he goes. That might be he might.
You know what they said about Kurt too, bro. Even though we saw that transition and what happened, especially with the Splash Brothers. Like, bro, really never had the coach for real. Well, I mean,
Bro, he's not
I'm sorry, I didn't want to say
They
it.
got Mark Jackson credit.
He
It's
could have said
cool.
it from the
He
top,
took all the
yeah.
credit for Mark Jackson's work, which is like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm doing it. That's America for you.
Yeah.
Get all
Yeah.
let the brother come in and do all the hard work, then
Yeah.
somebody else get the credit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. And I'm gonna keep it G. That's the same thing that happened to Eric Bieniemy too. And I'm gonna just leave that there because Bieniemy did the same thing Matt Nagy did.
Talk that talk, Ronnie.
Ain't no way.
Let him know.
Ain't no way he didn't get no look for no head coaching job. And they talk about Matt Nagy in front runner. And he just went. What did the Chiefs go? What was the Chiefs record?
6-11.
Come on now. Come on now. What are you
6-11.
talking about, bro? Come on, we know what's really going on.
6-11.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. His Super Bowl year was even better than Bieniemy's Super Bowl year, so I'm not even gonna say nothing on that. You know, I'm not going to even say nothing on that. He was a winner. Hey, and you know it's always tough. It's always tough to see. We're not even gonna go to that Giannis stuff. Giannis not even fooling with Milwaukee right now. Like we'll see where he landed.
He said he wanted to stay though. He said he wanted to stay in Milwaukee, finish his career. That's if they have him. If he want to stay, if they want to keep him, then he'll keep him. I mean, he'll stay. But I mean,
he yelled at the fans. Boo! Like you really fucking with him.
He can come to Miami too.
Basketball players is all liars, bro. They get more rest days than anybody, bro. Back hurting, thigh hurt. They wake up in the morning, their knees hurt. They got knee tendonitis. They ain't playing today.
It's no team. It's really no players that stay on the same team no more either in the NBA no more. Huh?
Exactly.
They all like
they don't do that.
Yeah.
KD did that.
Hey, but anything y'all want to say before we go ahead and close it out on this last episode? I mean, not on this last episode. On this first episode of Triple Coverage Podcast. Anything you want to say to the people?
A shout out to everybody that's watching that'll be tapping in later. We here. This is it right here. All three major sports. I think this is a lane that me, Dre, and Dale all wanted to be in. Kind of open up some doors for us. So I'm excited. I want the people to come in, join. Tell a friend that Triple Coverage is on and in. We're here. So shout out to the boys. Shout out everybody. Let's make this a good one right here.
Yeah, man. I just appreciate everybody that tapped in. I see some people that I think we had a few viewers and stuff like that on YouTube. Thank y'all for tapping in. Be sure when you tap in, be sure to hit that like button, even hit the notification bell button so that even when we go live or we put up a short or something, you'll be able to get that notification on your phone that, hey, we uploaded a short or we uploaded a video or we going live. So yeah, this is just only just the beginning, and it's up for here. It's gonna be a good 2026 talking sports. We're gonna have sports every Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's go.
For sure.
We're gonna have a good time, and they said it like it is right there. So hey, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and also share this to all your family members and share it to your friends as well too, so they can tap in with the Triple Coverage Podcast as well. We coming strong, we coming in. It was a successful episode, and we're gonna see more of y'all as well too. And we're gonna get out to our partners over there at X and Facebook as well once we get everything together over there. But make sure you follow us on all those platforms, and we be putting out more content for you as well too. You be seeing a couple reels coming out a little bit later on this week as well too, also a couple clips. So we coming with you strong, coming with it, and we be back next Tuesday with some more talk and diving into what may have occurred in this week. And you never know, you might get a surprise episode at a certain time where if one of us is available, we might just jump on here and talk with y'all about it as well too. So we'll get up with that. But that's all we have for this episode. Thank you all for, of course, tapping in with us and enjoying. Hey, we don't got no motto no more because it ain't no as always go Chiefs. So, it's all facts. No fluff.
No fluff.
Let's get it. No fluff. Triple Cover Podcast. Show us some love.